Students, today we are going to discuss with Armstrong's axioms. In the last class we have discussed functional dependency. There are 6 rules in functional dependencies. These rules are called Armstrong's rules. The first one is reflexivity. If y is a subset of x, then x can functionally determine y. Second rule is augmentation. If x functionally determines y and x is the, then xz can functionally determine y and or xz can functionally determine yz. Third one is transitivity. If x functionally determines y and y functionally determines z, then x can functionally determine z. Fourth one, pseudo-transitivity rule. If x functionally determines y and yw functionally determines z, then xw can functionally determine z. Union, if x functionally determines y and x functionally determines z, then x can functionally determine yz. Decomposition, if x functionally determines yz, then x can functionally determine y as well as x can functionally determine z. Let us have a look in each and every rule. First one, reflexivity. If y is a subset of x, we can say x can functionally determine y. Since A is a subset of AB can functionally determine A. Right? Consider this example. A1, B1 pair. Is it present anywhere else in the AB column? No. A2, B2 pair, is it present? No. A1, B2 present is repeating? No. A3, B3 pair is repeating? No. A4, B4 pair is repeating? No. So A1, B1 corresponding value A1, A2, B2 corresponding value A2, A1, B2 corresponding value A1, A3, B3 corresponding value A3, A4, B4 corresponding value A4. So AB to A holds. Again, B is also subset of AB, right? So AB can functionally determine B also. A1, B1 pair corresponding B1, A2, B2 corresponding B2 and so on. Similarly, AB itself is a subset of AB, so AB can functionally determine AB also. That is what reflexivity rule says. Next one, augmentation rule. If x is a if x can functionally determine y, then xz can functionally determine y and or xz can functionally determine yz. That means we can add z to the left hand side of the functional dependency, or we can add a new attribute or attributes to both sides. If C is a subset of A, if C can functionally determine A, right? Is it present there? Yes, it's present there. C1 corresponding value A1, no other C1 present. C2 corresponding value A2, no other C2 present. C3 corresponding value A1, C4 corresponding value A3, C5 corresponding value A4. So we can add B to the left hand side. That means CB to A hold. C1 B1 pair. Is there any other C1 B1 pair? No. C2 B2 pair. Is there any other C2 B2 pair? No. C3 B2 pair. Is there any other C3 B2 pair? No. C4 B3 pair. Is there any other? No. C5 B4 pair. Is there any other? C5 B4 pair? No. Similarly, we can add B to both sides. CB can functionally determine AB also by augmentation rule. By augmentation rule, either we can add attribute or attributes to the left hand side, or we can add attribute or attributes to both sides. Next is transitivity rule. Actually, as it is already studied in DCS, I omitted here. Next is pseudo transitivity rule. If x functionally determines y and yw functionally determines z, then we can say xw can functionally determine z. Here, c functionally determines d, right? We have already seen in the previous slide. C can functionally determine B because C contains all the unique values. So BA and BA can functionally determine D. Is it exist? B1 A1 pair. Is it repeating? No. Corresponding value is D1. B2 A2 pair. Is it repeating? No. Corresponding value D2. B2 A1 pair. Is it repeating? No. Corresponding value D2. B3 A3. Corresponding value D2. Is it repeating? No. B4 A4. Corresponding D4. B4 A5 pair is also not repeating. So BA can functionally determine D. So from these two functional dependencies, we can derive CA to D by using pseudo transitivity rule. CA to D. CA to D. That is C1 A1 pair corresponding value is A. E1, no other C1 A1 pair exists, right? C2 A2 corresponding value is E2, no other C2 A2 pair exists. C3 A1 pair corresponding E3, no other C3 A1 pair exists. C4 A3 corresponding value E4, sorry D2, no other A3 C4 A3 pair exists. C5 A4, no other C5 A4 pair existed. So CA2 D hold. Next is union. If x can functionally determine y and x can functionally determine z, then x can functionally determine y z. That means if c can functionally determine a and c can functionally determine b, then we can combine the right hand side. That means c can functionally determine a b. C can functionally determine a b. Right. We can combine the right hand side. Next rule is the decomposition rule. It is somewhat opposite of the union rule. If x functionally determine y z, then x can functionally determine y and x can functionally determine z. Consider the example. If C to DE, C can functionally determine DE, then we can divide the right hand side. That means C can functionally determine D as well as C can functionally determine E, right? C can functionally determine D as well as C can functionally determine E. Not that decomposition on the right hand side is possible, but decomposition on the left hand side is not possible. Now we have some exercises on Armstrong's axioms. Given the set F is equal to A to B, C to X, Bx to Z, derive AC to Z. A to B, Bx to Z. Using these two rules, these two functional dependencies, we can derive Ax to Z. How? By applying pseudo transitivity rule between the equation number 1 and 2. Equation number 1 is A to B. Equation number 2 is Bx to Z. Now we got Ax to Z as new functional dependency, and it is represented as equation number 3. C to X, the functional dependency is equation number 4. It is already given. Using these two functional dependencies, we can derive CA to Z. Again, we are omitting the common attribute, and the remaining attribute is added to the left hand side of the first functional dependency. So CA to Z. CA to Z means AC to Z. I told you functional dependencies are actually the continuation of set theory. So the order of elements in the set is not important. So CA to Z can be written as AC to Z. Let's have one more example for inference axiom. F is equal to A to B, C to D, with C is the subset of B. Derive A to D. So using the rule A to B, transitivity rule between equation number 1 and 2. 1 means A to B is given. B to C, how it would? Yeah, B to C means since C is the subset of B, B can derive C or B can functionally determine C. That is what reflexivity rule says. That's what reflexivity rule says. Since C is the subset of B, B can functionally determine C. So using transitivity rule, we can derive A to C, A to C from A to B and B to C. And again applying the transitivity rule to the given functional dependency C to D and derived functional dependency A to C, we got A to D. Next is redundant FDs. Given a set F of functional dependencies, A to B of F is said to be redundant with respect to FDs of F. If and only if A to B can be derived from the set of FDs, F minus A to B. That means if we want to find a particular functional dependency as redundant in the given set, we have to first remove the functional dependency, then we have to check whether we can derive from the remaining set. If we can derive the remaining set, we say that functional dependency is redundant. Yes. A functional determinants B can be derived from the set of functional dependencies not including A to B. That is what is redundant FDs. Given a set F is equal to X to Y, W, X, W to Z, Z to Y, X, Y to Z. Determine if the functional dependencies X, Y to Z is redundant in F. Remove X, Y to Z from F. That is new F, that is F1 is equal to X to YW, XW to Z, Z to Y. In step 2, using F1, we have to derive XY to Z. How to derive it? X to YW is given, XW to Z is equation number 2 is given, Z to Y is again given, equation number 3. By applying first decomposition rule on first, that means X to YW, we can derive X to Y and X to W. Using the derived functional dependency X to W and the given functional dependency XW to Z, we can derive X to Z. That is by applying pseudo transitivity rule between equation number 5 and equation number 2. Now we got XX to Z. XX to Z means X to Z. We need not repeat the elements in the set. X to Z means XY to Z. That means by augmentation rule we can add anything to the left hand side. xy to z. We got xy to z. Thank you.